people. You can do cold email invites. You can invite people on LinkedIn. You can invite people on Facebook with Mass Planner. You heard Cody Lister talk about that one. Vasile is a master of cold email, and it's a pretty intricate process to find the emails and to get them whitelisted, let's say, or starting to opt into your email list. It's very difficult to just find a bunch of cold emails and invite them to a virtual summit or an in-person summit and for it to work. So understand that all of the stuff that we're going to talk about in this quick 10 minutes or 15 minutes is stuff that's hitting touch points at different places in the funnel. Okay, one of the most effective tools that we've used is GPZ. You've heard a couple of people talk about it in the past, but this is the interface. Can you guys see my interface right here? Okay, great. So GPZ LinkedIn tools. We're gonna send you a link. Vasile could, maybe he could put it in the chat, but after this session, we're gonna send you the link to how to get all of these tools. Okay, GPZ is an automated LinkedIn tool that you may or may not have heard of, but if you know how to use it, it can be extremely effective. And here's what it is. Any type of, it can do three things. It can auto message people that you're currently connected to, because LinkedIn, you can only message people that are direct connections, unless you're doing InMails. It can auto view people's profiles, which basically sort of encourages them to go back and view your profile, potentially encouraging a connection. And it can auto connect to people. What we're gonna be talking about today is specifically inviting people to events. Okay, so we're talking about, you have to have a big network on LinkedIn to do this. You have to have a lot of relevant people connected to you in the industry that the event is all about. And from the dashboard of GPZ, it's a plugin. You can see it's right up here on my Chrome plugins list. This is the dashboard. And from the dashboard, basically what you can do is start sending people invites. And one of the best ways to send people invites is directly inside of LinkedIn. There's a lot of people that send messages that are real long form, 5 paragraphs, and hi, thanks for connecting with me on LinkedIn. I would love to see blah, 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 blah. And after about 3 sentences, you lose them, right? So here's what we're gonna do. The strategy is you send a very quick invite to something that's relevant for these folks inside of LinkedIn. And here's how it works. So I've set up this campaign and I'm gonna run it for you right now. It's the auto message campaign. So this is gonna go directly to people that I'm connected to. I've got the message is the reminder for my function today. And then the search is the LinkedIn URL that you've done to tell the system which people you want to send it to. In my case, I'm sending it to people with digital marketing in their title. I'm sending it to First Connections, and I'm sending it to people in the San Francisco Bay Area because that's where I'm located. You can see that with this advanced search in LinkedIn, I've come up with over 2,000 results. Now, the key here is you can only send people 1,000 messages per day. So you want to try and get lists of people that are small, as close to 1,000 people as you possibly can. But for the sake of the point, I'm just gonna copy this URL. I'm going to put it inside of the LinkedIn people search, and it's going to message every single one of these people that are down this list. Now, you might say, hey, that's a really aggressive way to reach out to people, and you're right, but there's a respectful, clean way to do it, and it's all about what message you use in there. And here's what I'm gonna say. I've got a personal message, and you can do some merge tags, and it's basically their first name. I always use their first name. The subject is gonna be, I'm speaking this afternoon, and the message is gonna be, hey, Bob, I'm speaking this afternoon and thought you might want to catch it. Here's the link. Clayton, that's it. A friend of mine in Australia always comes over here and puts sent from my iPhone just as an added measure, but I don't think that's appropriate in LinkedIn because I don't think when you send from your iPhone in LinkedIn, it actually says that. But regardless, I put a bit.ly there because I want to track how many people are clicking on this. And bit.ly's okay to put inside of a LinkedIn message. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the inboxing ratio. You come down here and on messages sent per day, I want to put 0, which basically means unlimited, as many as you can. And then there's an option to delay between sending messages. Some people will do 20 to 30 seconds to wait, just to make sure that if there's anything on LinkedIn tracking how quickly you're sending your messages, it won't pop that red flag and you won't get burned. I typically just do a few seconds because I've been doing it for a long time and nothing's ever happened, okay? They also have an excluding members from other campaigns. This is an extremely effective figure if you're 4 campaigns deep and somebody crosses over to another list of yours. You don't want to send them a double message, okay? So this is all done. What you do here is click play and it will start running. You can see that it says running right here, and it says 1 out of 2,445 because that's the number of people that were in the search result, right, that I'm going to send it to, but it will actually only do 1,000. Now, to see that the campaign is running, you can see that it's clicking up and up and up, and it actually is working. But to see specifically what it's doing, you can click through to it, and it will actually show you as it works down that list, success or failure or in queue. Now, what does this look like? The key here to this is you send them something that is relevant. You don't have to be speaking to send that message that I just sent. You could be hosting an event and say, and look for, let's say it's about SEO specifically, or it's about paid advertising. Go and find all of the people with paid advertising in your connections list. And if they're working in paid advertising, they'll come up in this search result, and send them a message that says, very short, again, 1 or 2 sentences that just says something like, hey, I'm hosting this webinar with so-and-so on paid advertising. Thought you'd be interested. That's it. It really doesn't require anything longer than that. Now, there's a couple of caveats to this thing, and I'll show you what it looks like. Most people will say, hey, thanks for thinking of me. Thanks for doing this. Let's see if I can look at a couple that I've sent already. It looks like I'm overrunning some of these, which is not good. I probably shouldn't, but you can see that. Let me find them. Yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. So some of them, I didn't put any negative keywords in that list, so it's actually double sending messages. So I'm gonna just stop this really quick because that's not good. But previous to this, I had set up a whole bunch of campaigns and opted out on some of the previous ones. And this is a great example of it, where I sent it to Alicia Lawrence, content marketing consultant for Web Pages FX. You may have gotten an invitation to this summit from me on LinkedIn and are here because of it. But if you send something that looks really good and is short, this is how people will typically respond. Thanks for the info, Clayton. Some of them will say that they signed up. Some of them will say, like Mohammed Kazaza is here, I won't be able to make it, but thanks for the offer. The caveat here is that you have to stay on top of your LinkedIn inbox. So when I send them the message and they say, I'm forwarding this to others in his organization, I have to come back in and manually say, awesome, thanks. So when you run it, you're gonna have to go back in and you're gonna have to answer these people individually. But as you can see, it works and people sign up, and a lot of people sign up for the free offer. Okay, so any questions about GPZ? I am going back to the presentation, back to Cloudcast, and I'm gonna just take a look for any questions. This is sweet, the exact type of content we're focused on. Okay, that looks like a promotion, nice job. How can we send invites like this to people who are second connections? Michael, great question. Unfortunately, you can't. Adrian's asking, everybody that wants an answer to a question, try and put them in the under the video, because I might not see it in chat. People are asking, when will the special price from the summit come through? We've got that for you right after the summit today. So look out for our email. Creepa is asking, are those people your direct contacts on LinkedIn? Yes, these people are the direct contacts of mine on LinkedIn. You can only message people that you're directly connected with unless it's InMail. And InMail only comes with an upgraded subscription. and I don't know of any automation to it. So it's all manual. Michael says, second connections, no, we can't. And then Adrian's asking, what happens with the contacts above 1,000? It just doesn't send the messages to them. So that's it. You've got to find small groups of people, preferably at about 1,000 at a time. The other thing that you can do is separate by region. So you can do the top 50 cities, work San Francisco, then work LA, and then work whatever is appropriate for your industry. That is one of the functions with GPZ. That's the coolest one. But you can also do auto connect, which is just asking people for their connections. And then this is a pro tip, a pro hack. If you have a small network on LinkedIn and you're not ready to, you don't have enough people to directly ask or invite somewhere, you can use the function of GPZ that allows you to auto connect to people. So build your network first. Oh, Conrad, serious question. Okay.
Clayton,
this is sweet, Conrad says. The exact type of content we're focused on at ops.tv. Cool to follow up with you. Yeah, man, let's do it. I know you just had an amazing session, and Vasil has always raves about the work that you do, Conrad. So it's great to hear that you're enjoying it. Vasil, you had something to say here?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, very recently, for those of you, actually most of us already switched to new LinkedIn profiles. And one of
new format.
Yeah, and everybody keeps bashing the interface, which is not the best, I agree. But one of the interesting features that now they have is actually it gives you an ability to connect to more people. So you can really explore that tool if you find some very relevant connections that would be super relevant to the business that you do, and you have a professionally designed LinkedIn profile that tells people that you're a real person and you're doing the real business and you could be helpful. You could send some personalized messages using GPZ to really targeted group of people, and you can send much more invitations than you were able to when you were using the old interface.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So look at this. I'm missing stuff. On Friday, Jacqueline McMillan said, yes, please send a ticket for me and my friend if you can, to Jacqueline at Esquire. I missed that one. We would have more people on this thing if I was on my game. Scott says, hey, Clayton, thanks for the info. This sounds right up my alley. Would definitely like a pass if the offer is still good. Where else can you see this kind of responses? This is good stuff. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about yet another mail merge. How many people have heard of yet another mail merge? Give me a thumbs up in the chat box. I'd love to hear it. Yes, Adrian's heard of it. Conrad knows it. Yes, a few people know it. Okay, I'm going to go over it just very quickly. +1 for Powell. There's a really great tool that sends emails on top of your Gmail servers, which means it's limited in the number of emails that it can send, but it also means that your servers aren't the ones responsible for sending the email, which is great because you can't get burned. Now, there's a really good function of this, and what it is it's a really great way to prime a cold email list to get ready to see who wants to continue getting emails from you, okay? And this interfaces with copy as well, but we're gonna skip the part where here's how you can data mine and find cold emails or lists or stuff like that, and just assume that we've already got a list. There's a really cool function plug in to Gmail called Yet Another Mail Merge. Getting my carpet cleaned in 30 minutes. Go up to, so you do it from a Google Sheet, and you can get all of the, I've got a sheet here with a ton of information. One of the columns is their email address right here, G. And what you do is you just come up here and go down to Yet Another Mail Merge. You go to Start Mail Merge. And what you can do is it will actually go down and send email, whatever one you want from your drafts. And basically what you want to do is have an email ready that you want to send. I think we missed each other. I learned this email subject line from Heather Morgan, who, if you don't know who that is, she's phenomenal. And here's basically what I'll put. I'll put, hi, we were at a conference a few weeks ago together, and we weren't able to get in touch. I'm reaching out because I thought you might be interested in this event, something like that. And if it's a relevant email, these guys are going to open it, and you can actually see, let's try and look at the stats. Yeah, you can look at the tracking report, and it'll basically just show you who's opened and who's clicked, which is cool. There's actually some more functions. So this one, I sent 249 emails, 75 opened. This is a cold list, guys. 39% opens on a small list or a cold list is pretty darn good. Vasil's, I've seen Vasil do it and get like 60 or 70% opens, but that's with some a little bit more of a warm list. Regardless, you can send this, and whoever doesn't open or unsubscribes or whatever the case is, you can just take them off of the list. And as this list gets warmer and warmer, then you can dump them into Wishpond, which is our favorite. They're our partner for this, or any other email service that you use. There's also another function on this that allows you to actually follow up and send another email to the people that weren't open. So yet another mail merge. This is a really great tool. And I'll just move on to my next one. I'm sure you all know Bitly, but there's a couple of things that you want to make sure that you do and don't do. With Bitly, don't use it for Gmail because it seems like Google doesn't inbox links that you mask with Bitly. But what you can do is use it for LinkedIn. The LinkedIn tool that I just showed you with GPZ, use a Bitly link. It's much shorter, and you get to track it and check out some of these numbers. Here I've got EMS is this event that you're at right now. Event Marketing School, Clayton's Cold Invites, 125 clicked links. Here's another one. Another campaign that I sent, and this is LinkedIn auto messages, okay? 1,426 clicks to this event. That's good. That's almost 2,000. Here's another campaign that I did, same type of campaign, LinkedIn. This one is 1,600 to Event Marketing School. I went through a couple of phases where at first I wasn't using a tracking link, an analytics tracking link, and then I added one, so I made another Bitly. So this is why you see the fragmentation here. But some of these tools are incredible. There's another tool that I want to show you called LeadHit, and this tool is a borrow from a different industry, but some of the principles that the LeadHit platform uses is phenomenal. What you see is when people email you or when they track your data or when they go to your website, in many cases, they don't do it with any sort of intelligence. So LeadHit actually comes in and allows you to send emails that not only have product recommendations in it, but also have countdown timers. This countdown timer, and I'll show you another tool that does it for our industry, is probably one of the best things that you can put on a website or in an email. The closer you can get the countdown timer to the person and with the smallest amount of clicks, they're going to respond to it. Actually, if you go to, I'll go to a website, they have a really cool function on this platform, LeadHit does, because when you're browsing around on a website, let's just say you browse on this website and go over here and look at this product or service or whatever it is. And again, this is a different industry, but watch what it does. When you go up after a couple of minutes to leave, it actually pops up with an exit pop-up. Now, you couldn't see it because you're watching on video, but I didn't click that exit intent. I didn't click the tab. All I did was move the mouse up there. And I've never seen anything that does it quite like this. There's a lot of them that will do it once you click the tab, but isn't clicking the tab or isn't not allowing someone to exit your website once they've clicked the tab, isn't that kind of rude? It is. It makes them have to click no to the pop-up. And what this platform does is if you move your mouse anywhere near the tab, it pops the thing up. Now, if we were to click off of it, it will still let us exit. So it's sort of this respectful type of appropriate pop-up, and all it's asking for is your email. So Lead Hit is another favorite of mine that allows you to do stuff that really gets people to convert. The next one I'll go over is Deadline Funnels. Deadline Funnels is something that completely revolutionized our events when we started out with virtual summits. And Deadline Funnels, if you're not familiar with it, puts a nice, big, beautiful countdown timer right at the top, and shows people just how soon they have to take this offer. And you can see, it looks like they've put up our project on their homepage. This is actually us at the Neil Patel Summit, and you can see it's a good demo for how many more minutes they have to take advantage of the offer. This kind of stuff, working with a sense of urgency, is phenomenal. So we love Deadline Funnels as well. Another one that we're using for this summit is Q. You may have heard us talk about it a little bit in the past, but if you haven't used Q, I just wanted to give you some behind the scenes inside look at a little bit of our campaign. And we've got it here where you can see how many people have signed up. This is the social sharing platform. So when you signed up to be a part of Event Marketing School, you were entered into our community. And what we have is a contest where we're going to give away a free Delta voucher to get you to San Francisco to come to the Growth Marketing Conference at the end of this year in December. We're giving away that prize. And to compete for that prize, everybody shares on Facebook or invites people in their inbox. And what this tool does is it allows us to track all of that social engagement and the social reach. So you can see we've got stats like, here's how many people are in the community, here's how many directly signed up, here's how many signed up from being shared on social. And then there's just a bunch more stats. And what's great about this thing is you can put prizes, you can attach point values to each one of these functions.